The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers Thursday, October 23. Will snaps over Luna's trick, Deacon confesses to Taylor. The Bold and the Beautiful B&B spoilers for Thursday, October 23, reveal that Will Spencer Krumaro will snap over Luna Nozawa's Lisa Yamada trick while Deacon Sharp Sean Kanan confesses to Taylor Hayes' Rebecca Budig. In the prison visiting area, Luna will stick to the story that she's in danger along with her unborn child. Although Luna will continue to whine, Will's going to lash out at her in Thursday's B&B episode. After Will declares that he knows what Luna is trying to do, he'll insist it's not going to work. Luna is trying to use her baby in this attack situation to manipulate Will, but he'll refuse to let it happen. Of course, Luna will stand her ground and contend that every day behind bars is another day their little one is at risk. Even so, Will's going to suspect Luna arranged her own beating, and once Bill Spencer Don Diamont gets updates on what happened, he'll suspect the same thing. Bill will refuse to let Luna come up with some get-out-of-jail-free card now that she's finally in the slammer where she belongs. Over with Elektra Forrester, Lania Grace, she'll have an epiphany about Will and Luna. We'll see Elektra realize something big about her boyfriend and all the baby drama he's dealing with, but will it be a good thing or a bad thing? It's possible Luna will double down on her willingness to get through this mess with Will. It's also possible Elektra will realize the harsh reality of all this and fret over Will's permanent tie to Luna due to their baby. In Taylor's office, she'll urge Deacon to trust his heart since it hasn't failed him yet. Taylor will push Deacon to look within when it comes to whether he can get past Sheila Sharp's Kimberlyn Brown mistakes and fix their marriage. Deacon will appreciate Taylor's guidance and confess that he doesn't know what he'd do without her. B&B is obviously playing up the connection here and setting up a potential new romance, but Sheila will cling to hope that Deacon will surrender to their love again. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Deacon will have a lot to figure out, so stay tuned for more news on his love life. CDL will have other fantastic Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, news and updates to check out, so make us your favorite hotspot. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, Thursday, October 23. Will snaps over Luna's trick, Deacon confesses to Taylor. The sun shone brightly over Los Angeles on this Thursday morning, but inside the Forrester mansion, storm clouds were gathering. The tensions among the Forrester family and their closest allies were reaching a boiling point, and no one felt it more acutely than Will Spencer. He had always been the calm, thoughtful one in the family, the one who tried to mediate between conflicting emotions and personalities. But today, his patience would be tested like never before. Luna's scheme unravels. The day began innocuously enough in the Forrester design office. Luna, the mischievous and often unpredictable young woman, had been hatching a plan for weeks. Her intention was to create chaos, not necessarily out of malice, but out of a desperate need to prove herself in a world that constantly seemed to underestimate her. Luna had convinced Will to participate in what she called a harmless office prank, promising him laughter and excitement. But what started as a playful joke quickly spiraled out of control. Luna had secretly altered the contracts for a major Forrester fashion deal, intending only to create a minor hiccup. She had hoped it would be a laugh, a moment for Will to tease the staff and lighten the mood. Unfortunately, things went far beyond what she imagined. The altered contracts caused a massive error in the company's bookkeeping, threatening a lucrative deal with a top European fashion house. When Will discovered what had happened, his face turned red with frustration. "Luna, what have you done?" he shouted, pacing back and forth in the office. His hands were shaking, not just with anger, but with the weight of responsibility. "This isn't a joke. Do you realize what could happen to Forrester Designs because of this?" Luna, ever the trickster, tried to defuse the situation with her usual charm. "Will, come on. It was supposed to be funny. I didn't think it would." "Funny?" Will's voice cracked like thunder. "This isn't funny, Luna. This is serious. You could have ruined everything." Even those watching from the sidelines, including Ridge and Brooke, felt the tension spike in the room. Will had always been a measured man, rarely losing his cool. Seeing him this furious was alarming, and it made Luna realize that she may have underestimated the consequences of her actions. As Will stormed out of the office, leaving a stunned Luna behind, everyone knew that the repercussions of her prank were far from over. Deacon's confession to Taylor. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the mansion, another storm was brewing, but this one was far more personal. Taylor Hayes, the ever-compassionate and fiercely intelligent doctor, had been quietly battling the ghosts of her past. For years, she had been haunted by secrets and unspoken truths, and today, Deacon Sharp, the enigmatic and often unpredictable figure, decided it was finally time to come clean. Taylor had noticed Deacon acting strangely over the past few days. He seemed restless, hesitant, almost as though he were carrying a heavy burden he could no longer keep hidden. Deacon had always had a complicated relationship with Taylor, one filled with passion, betrayal, and moments of genuine care. But now, he realized that the only way to move forward was to reveal his heart's truth. "Taylor," Deacon began, his voice unusually soft, "there's something I need to tell you. Something I should have told you a long time ago." Taylor looked up from her paperwork, sensing the seriousness in his tone. "Deacon, what is it?" He took a deep breath, struggling to find the words. "I've made mistakes, Taylor. More than I can count. But one thing I can't hide anymore is how I feel about you, and what I did that might hurt you." Taylor's eyes widened, a mixture of curiosity and apprehension clouding her gaze. She had grown to trust Deacon over the years, but trust and betrayal often walked hand in hand with him. Deacon paused, then finally confessed. "I did something I shouldn't have. I lied to protect someone I care about, and I see now that it was wrong. I need you to know the truth before it's too late." Taylor's heart pounded. She had always sensed that Deacon had a depth she couldn't fully understand, a complexity that drew people in even as it scared them. But hearing him admit his faults so openly was something she hadn't expected. "Deacon, you're scaring me," Taylor admitted. "But I need to hear it. I need to know everything." And with that, Deacon spilled the truth, each word hanging heavy in the air. He recounted his actions, his motivations, and the consequences he feared would destroy the fragile bonds between them. By the time he finished, Taylor's mind was a whirlwind of emotions, shock, disbelief, and a surprising sense of relief that the truth was finally out. A clash of emotions. Back at the Forrester office, Will's fury was reaching new heights. He couldn't stop thinking about the potential damage Luna's prank could cause. The contracts, the European deal, the reputation of Forrester Designs, all of it rested on a knife's edge. "Someone has to take responsibility," Will muttered to himself, running his hands through his hair. "And right now, it's Luna." He stormed back into the office, catching Luna off guard. "You need to fix this. Now." Luna looked up, her usual playful demeanor replaced by genuine worry. "Will, I'm trying. I swear, I didn't think it would get this bad." "You didn't think?" Will echoed, his voice rising. "You're lucky this isn't a disaster, Luna. But luck won't save us next time." Luna bit her lip, realizing that Will's anger was justified. She nodded, determination replacing fear. "Okay, I'll fix it. I promise." As she rushed to correct her mistake, Will took a deep breath, trying to calm himself. He knew that anger alone wouldn't solve anything. But he also knew that some lessons had to be learned the hard way. Taylor's dilemma. Meanwhile, Taylor was left alone in her office, replaying Deacon's confession over and over in her mind. She felt torn between the trust she had in him and the pain of his past mistakes. "He's honest now, but can I forgive him?" she wondered aloud. "And if I do, what does that mean for us?" Her phone buzzed with a message from Ridge, reminding her of the chaos in the office with Luna and Will. It was as if the universe had decided that Thursday would test everyone's patience and resolve. Taylor knew she needed time to process everything, but deep down, a part of her couldn't ignore the spark that still existed between her and Deacon. His vulnerability, his willingness to reveal his flaws, reminded her why she had cared for him in the first place. The aftermath of Luna's prank. By mid-afternoon, the damage control was underway. Luna, working tirelessly, began correcting the contracts and explaining the error to the European fashion house. Will, though still simmering, supervised the process to ensure nothing else went wrong. Brooke approached him, sensing the storm inside her son. "Will, I know you're angry, but you have to remember, Luna didn't mean for this to happen. She's young, and sometimes, mistakes happen." Will ran a hand over his face, sighing. "I know, Mom, but sometimes, mistakes can cost people their careers. I can't stand by and let that happen." Ridge, ever the mediator, put a hand on Will's shoulder. "You're doing the right thing, son. But don't forget, this is family. And family sticks together, even when the mess is big." Will nodded, appreciating the support but knowing that the lesson today would stay with him. Luna had learned her consequences, and he had been reminded that sometimes, the weight of responsibility fell on those who least expected it. Deacon and Taylor, a fragile hope. As the day drew to a close, Taylor found herself alone with her thoughts once again. Deacon's confession lingered in her mind, both haunting and comforting. She realized that trust, once broken, could be rebuilt, but it required honesty, patience, and courage. Maybe this is the start of something new, Taylor whispered to herself. Or maybe it's the last chance we get. Either way, I need to face it head on. Deacon, waiting nearby, sensed her struggle. Taylor, whatever you decide, I'll respect it. I needed you to know the truth. Her eyes softened as she looked at him. And now I do. That's a start, Deacon. A start. Thursday's takeaway. Thursday, October 23rd, would be remembered at Forrester Designs not just for the chaos of Luna's pranker Deacon's confession, but for the lessons learned in anger, honesty, and forgiveness. Will had snapped, but he had also reminded everyone that responsibility matters. Luna had made a mistake, but she had also learned the value of accountability. And Taylor and Deacon, well, their fragile hope offered a reminder that even the most complicated relationships could find a path forward if honesty and courage were embraced. In the world of the bold and the beautiful, Thursday was just another day, but for these characters, it was a day that would change everything. Bold and beautiful spoilers, Luna's trick backfires, Deacon tells all to Taylor. In the world of the bold and the beautiful, the line between love, loyalty, and deception has always been thin, but this week, the drama reaches a whole new level. Fans have been on the edge of their seats as Luna's cunning plan to manipulate the Forrester family backfires spectacularly, leaving Deacon in a position to spill some shocking truths to Taylor. Here's a full breakdown of the latest spoilers, twists, and explosive confrontations that you won't want to miss. Luna's risky game. Luna, who has recently been asserting herself in the Forrester world, has been playing a dangerous game. With her charm and wit, she has managed to create subtle rifts between the family members, particularly focusing on Taylor and Ridge. Her plan seemed flawless at first: plant seeds of doubt, use Deacon's complicated history to her advantage, and slowly gain leverage over Taylor. Her ultimate goal: to isolate Taylor from the people she trusts most, thereby creating an opening for Luna to secure her own position in the Forrester empire. Luna's approach has been meticulous, almost surgical, but as viewers know, in soap operas, even the most calculated plans can unravel in an instant. Deacon, the wild card. Deacon Sharp has always been a wild card in the Forrester universe. His relationship with Taylor is complicated, to say the least. Over the years, the pair has shared moments of love, tension, betrayal, and friendship. This unique connection gives Deacon insights into Taylor that no one else possesses. When Luna approached Deacon with her plan, hoping to use him as a pawn, she underestimated his loyalty to Taylor. Deacon, though initially tempted by Luna's flattery and promises, began noticing inconsistencies in her story. Classic Luna. Every word carefully calculated to twist the truth. But Deacon, with his sharp instincts, began to sense the potential danger Taylor could face if Luna's scheme went unchallenged. The plan unravels. Luna's plan hinged on one critical moment: manipulating a private conversation between Taylor and Ridge. She had carefully orchestrated a scenario in which Taylor would misinterpret Ridge's intentions, all while making it appear as though Luna was acting as a supportive friend. But Deacon, aware of Luna's manipulations, decided to intervene at the right moment. In a tense scene, Deacon caught Luna in the act, literally. Her attempt to fabricate messages and mislead Taylor was exposed, and Deacon, rather than staying silent, realized he had to tell Taylor the truth. This is where the tension skyrockets. Luna, so confident in her control over the situation, suddenly finds herself cornered. The tables have turned, and the predator becomes the prey. Taylor's shock and betrayal. Taylor, ever the compassionate and trusting figure, has often given people the benefit of the doubt, but even she has her limits. When Deacon reveals Luna's manipulations, Taylor is initially in disbelief. After all, Luna had presented herself as a friend, someone Taylor could lean on in a time of emotional turmoil. The scene is electric with emotion. Taylor's shock quickly gives way to anger and heartbreak. How could someone she trusted so easily turn out to be working against her? Deacon, in his own way, offers comfort, but he also challenges Taylor to see the bigger picture. Luna's intentions were never pure, and now, with the truth out, Taylor must decide how to respond. Confrontation. Luna faces the music. No bold and beautiful spoiler would be complete without a dramatic confrontation, and this week delivers. Taylor, armed with Deacon's revelations, confronts Luna in front of witnesses, leaving no room for deceit. The tension in the room is palpable, as viewers see Luna's confidence start to crumble. The dialogue crackles with intensity. Luna tries to defend herself, using her signature combination of charm and manipulation, but Taylor's resolve is unwavering. This confrontation is more than just words, it's a battle of wills, a clash between deception and truth. Meanwhile, Deacon watches, feeling a mix of vindication and caution. He knows Luna is dangerous, but he also knows that exposing her is the right thing for Taylor. Fans will not want to miss the emotional rollercoaster as Luna's facade starts to crack. The ripple effects. The fallout from Luna's failed plan will be far-reaching. Taylor now faces the challenge of rebuilding trust with those around her, particularly Ridge and the Forrester family. Luna, on the other hand, must navigate the consequences of her actions, which could include isolation, damaged relationships, or even a direct clash with the Forresters. Deacon's role in all this is pivotal. He has once again proven himself to be more than just a former lover or troublemaker. He is a protector of those he cares about, willing to put himself on the line to ensure the truth comes out. Fans will undoubtedly be divided, some cheering for Deacon's loyalty, others wary of the chaos that seems to follow him. Behind the scenes. Actor insights. Soap opera insiders have hinted that the actors involved have been thrilled to portray this storyline. The tension between Luna and Taylor allows for nuanced performances, blending vulnerability with strength. Deacon's actor, meanwhile, relishes the opportunity to showcase a more heroic, morally complex side of the character, moving beyond his usual schemer persona. According to sources, the scenes were shot with intense emotional energy, requiring multiple takes to capture the raw emotions of betrayal, anger, and revelation. This commitment to authenticity is part of what makes this storyline so compelling for viewers, ensuring that every twist lands with impact. What's next? While Luna's immediate plan has backfired, the drama is far from over. Spoilers suggest that Luna will not go down quietly. She is already scheming new ways to regain influence, possibly targeting weaker links in the Forrester chain. Taylor, on the other hand, is expected to take a more assertive stance, leaning on her inner strength and the support of trusted allies like Ridge and Deacon. Fans can also anticipate the fallout affecting other characters. Steffi, Hope, and even Brooke may get involved, either supporting Taylor or being pulled into Luna's continuing manipulations. As always, the ripple effects in The Bold and Beautiful are unpredictable and exhilarating, keeping viewers guessing at every turn. Fan reactions. Social media is already buzzing with reactions to the Luna-Deacon-Taylor storyline. Fans have expressed shock, excitement, and a mix of emotions as they witness Luna's plan unravel. Some are praising Deacon for finally stepping up as a protector, while others are anxious about the potential chaos Luna might unleash next. Memes, live tweeting, and fan theories have exploded online, with viewers speculating about future alliances, confrontations, and the ultimate consequences for Luna. It's clear that this storyline has struck a chord, delivering the suspense, drama, and emotional depth that soap opera fans crave. Analysis. Why this storyline resonates. At its core, this storyline resonates because it explores timeless themes: betrayal, trust, and the consequences of manipulation. Luna's ambition and cunning reflect the darker side of human nature, while Deacon's loyalty and Taylor's resilience showcase the power of honesty and integrity. The dynamic between these characters also highlights an important soap opera truth: even the best-laid plans can be undone by intuition, morality, and courage. For viewers, this is not just entertainment, it's a dramatic reflection of the complexities of human relationships, amplified to a thrilling extreme. Final thoughts. Bold and the Beautiful continues to prove why it remains a fan favorite. Luna's trick may have backfired spectacularly, but it has set the stage for a cascade of consequences, confrontations, and emotional revelations. Deacon's role in exposing the truth underscores the importance of loyalty and moral courage, while Taylor's response reminds viewers that strength often comes from facing betrayal head-on. As the Forrester family navigates these turbulent waters, fans can expect more twists, more drama, and more unforgettable moments. One thing is certain: in the world of The Bold and the Beautiful, no secret stays hidden for long, and no plan, no matter how clever, goes exactly as intended. The Bold and the Beautiful, Thursday, October 23rd will snaps over Luna's trick, Deacon confesses to Taylor. The tension in Los Angeles was palpable, as the Forrester mansion buzzed with the usual mix of high fashion, family drama, and hidden secrets. Thursday's events promised to shake the very foundations of both personal and professional lives at Forrester Creations. Will's fury over Luna's trick. Will Spencer had always been a man of reason, but even the calmest souls have their breaking points. The day began like any other at Spencer Publications, with Will reviewing the latest fashion spreads and business reports. However, nothing could have prepared him for the bombshell that would unravel mid-morning. Luna, the mysterious yet charming figure who had become a wild card in the Forrester family's orbit, had orchestrated a cunning trick. Though her intentions were shrouded in ambiguity, the impact was crystal clear. Will felt blindsided, manipulated, and publicly embarrassed. "You can't be serious, Luna." Will's voice rang across the office, his usually measured tone now thick with anger. "Do you have any idea what you've just done?" Luna, ever the enigmatic provocateur, gave him a coy smile. "I thought you'd find it enlightening," she said softly, but there was no real apology in her voice. "Enlightening. Enlightening. You've jeopardized the entire Spencer legacy." Will's hands shook as he tried to maintain composure. He had always prided himself on being the protector of the family business, but this time, the lines between personal and professional betrayal blurred. Meanwhile, Liam, who had been quietly observing the exchange, stepped in cautiously. "Will, maybe we should just talk about this privately. There's no need to blow up in front of everyone." Blow up, however, was exactly what Will was doing. The office, filled with the murmurs of staff and assistants, became a stormy sea of whispered gossip. Luna's trick, whatever its true nature, wasn't just a minor misstep. It was a direct challenge to Will's authority, and he wasn't about to let it slide. "You've crossed a line, Luna. And trust me," Will said, his jaw tight, "there will be consequences." Luna tilted her head, her smile unwavering. "Maybe, or maybe this is exactly what you needed, Will. To see things differently. To face the truth you've been avoiding." Her words struck like a dagger. For a moment, Will was silent, the weight of Luna's manipulation sinking in. It wasn't just about business. It was about trust, family, and the thin line between love and betrayal. Deacon's confession to Taylor. While chaos reigned in the Spencer world, another storm was brewing across town at the Forrester estate. Taylor Hayes, elegant, composed, yet haunted by past heartbreaks, sensed that something was amiss. Deacon Sharp, a man whose charm often masked his complicated intentions, had been carrying a secret for far too long. The moment he decided to confess to Taylor, the air seemed to thicken with anticipation. "Taylor, I need to tell you something," Deacon began, his voice unusually tentative. Taylor looked up from her sketchpad, sensing the gravity in his tone. "Deacon, you're scaring me a little." "What is it?" He took a deep breath, the kind that precedes a confession that could change everything. "I haven't been honest with you, not entirely. And it's time I come clean." Taylor's eyes narrowed slightly, her instincts telling her that this was no ordinary revelation. "Deacon, whatever it is, you can tell me. I've been involved in things," he admitted, "things I shouldn't have. And it's affected you, whether you realize it or not." Taylor's heart skipped a beat. Could it be about the past? Or something more recent, something she hadn't yet discovered? "Deacon, what are you talking about?" she asked cautiously. He looked at her, his gaze steady yet filled with regret. "I've made mistakes, Taylor. Big ones. But you've always deserved the truth. And the truth is, I love you. I've always loved you, even when I didn't know how to show it. And hiding from that truth has only hurt both of us." Taylor was taken aback. Deacon's confession wasn't just about love, it was about accountability, about laying bare a soul that had spent years in shadow. For a moment, silence enveloped the room. I don't know what to say," Taylor admitted, her voice a whisper. "You don't have to say anything right now," Deacon replied gently. "Just know that I'm done hiding. No more lies. No more secrets." The intensity of the moment left Taylor struggling with conflicting emotions. Trust, betrayal, love, and fear all swirled in her mind. Could she forgive him? Could she open her heart again after all the pain? Intertwined fates. As the day unfolded, the actions of Luna and Deacon set off ripples that intertwined the destinies of everyone involved. Will's confrontation with Luna sparked a chain reaction, drawing in Liam, Hope, and even Steffi, all trying to navigate the treacherous waters of family loyalty and personal vendettas. Meanwhile, Deacon's confession planted seeds of change in Taylor's heart. Old wounds threatened to reopen, but the honesty he displayed also offered a chance for healing, for reconciliation, and perhaps even for love to bloom anew. Back at Spencer Publications, Will's office became a battleground of words and emotions. Luna's smirk hinted at secrets yet to be revealed, her intentions still shrouded in mystery. Every statement, every gesture, was calculated to provoke, to test, to push Will to the edge. "You think this is over?" Will demanded, pacing the floor. "You think you can just walk in here and manipulate everyone like puppets?" Luna's laughter, soft but cutting, echoed in the room. "Maybe I can. Or maybe I just wanted you to see the truth about yourself, Will. About who you are, and who you could become. Secrets and revelations. Meanwhile, at Forrester Creations, Deacon's admission left Taylor with a whirlwind of thoughts. She remembered the past, the heartbreaks, the betrayals, and the moments of unexpected kindness. Deacon's life had been complicated, his choices sometimes questionable, but the sincerity in his eyes made her pause. I need time, Taylor finally said, her voice steady. Time to think, time to understand, but thank you for telling me the truth. Deacon nodded, understanding that love is often a journey paved with patience and forgiveness. Take all the time you need, he said. I'll be here, waiting, if you're willing to let me back in. The parallel dramas of Will and Luna, and Deacon and Taylor, highlighted the core themes of The Bold and the Beautiful: love, betrayal, truth, and the messy, beautiful entanglement of human emotions. Cliffhangers and anticipation. As the sun set over Los Angeles, both storylines left audiences hanging on the edge of their seats. Will's fury hinted at a showdown with consequences that could ripple through the Spencer family and their business empire. Luna's enigmatic motives promised more twists and unexpected turns, leaving viewers questioning whose side she was really on. Deacon and Taylor's emotional exchange opened the door to potential reconciliation, but also hinted at lingering tension and unresolved issues. Could love truly triumph over past mistakes? Could trust be rebuilt after years of deception? Only time would tell. In true Bold and the Beautiful fashion, the intertwining lives of these characters promised drama, passion, and suspense. Thursday, October 23rd, would go down as a day where secrets were exposed, emotions flared, and the path forward became uncertain yet undeniably compelling.